Everyone, welcome back to 5 Day Crypto. Wanted to start off by saying, my thoughts are with the people of Ukraine. Hopefully yours are too. And, it kind of feels even wrong or inappropriate to even be making a video in times like this, but I'll be out of town for the next several days. And I just wanted to provide, those that are still following the markets and people that would like, kind of updates. I'm going to do kind of a market overview in this video, and we're going to start off with the DXY. We're going to go down this list that you see on the right above my head here, and I'm going to do all of these coins and kind of look at, kind of my general outlook for support levels, or kind of buying zones, so to speak. So there's no guarantee that we get to these zones. Markets could go up faster than you're ready for. Historically, times of conflict and war have often led to market kind of marking the at least bottoms or near bottoms, at least for the past several decades. So take that information what you will, and let's get started. So the DXY on the 3-month. So going back to 2001, look at the downtrend that we're in. Note where we are right now. So back in October or January 2019, right? These are 3-month candles you have to remember. So quarterly candles. Here's a year right here, right? Okay. So just because we go above this doesn't mean we can't end up closing a wick like these several candles here. Okay, so we'll end up closing this in 1 month and 8 days. So we'll have to wait and see what we do. We'll see if the DXY continues to kind of follow this downtrend, or do we get a breakout and we end up closing above here somewhere. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Just a big picture, letting you know, about past 20 years or so for the DXY, what that's looking like in a brief snapshot. So let's go ahead and jump over to Bitcoin. And I wanted to start off with the 3-month, again, 3-month chart for Bitcoin now. And you see this box here, where here's our support zones, and we'll go down on time frames here. But I wanted to show you this because not a lot of people have this perspective. And look at this candle right here, October 2020 candle. So Q4 2020. We ended up closing that candle at 28,990. Okay, so roughly 29,000. Okay, look at the wick on this one, right? Our highest ever candle up to this date, right? So we wicked down to a low of 28.8. Remember this one, right? 28.9. You're catching pretty. These are now on a 3-month chart. These are serious levels. These wicks and closes matter a lot, and you'll see why as we go down the charts here. So just keep these in mind. Okay, so there's the 3-month outlook. So there should be some pretty significant support around the 28, 29K level. And also note the bottom of this box is 27.6. Why? Well, there's a wick on this candle that went down to a low of 27.6. Okay, so remember that as we go down in scale. Here's a monthly chart, right? Here's our support kind of buy zone area. Doesn't mean you go all in as soon as we tap this box, but usually, as we go down and look at all these coins, starting to, if you're looking to, if you have some dry powder and you're looking to come back into the market, just my opinion, this is where I would be looking to do that in these zones. And some of these zones are bigger than others, but you can see the bottom of this is right at these wicks here. This wick right here, that's that 27.6. So we could theoretically, as we go down to the weekly and the daily, it'll look like this line here is a little bit outside, and that's why. So that's why I wanted to start with the bigger picture here. So we can drag this out a little bit. You can see now we're kind of in this area, right? No one knows where the bottom's going to be. Could we break outside of this? Sure. But I caution all of you, be careful what you wish for, because if you're looking at this chart, where's your next support level? It's not 25K, it's not 20K, it's not 19K, it's right here. This is your next support level, 14K. Okay, that is your next support level based on market structure alone, right there. See that? There's our summer bubble wick up, right? And there's your breakout level. If we break outside of 27K for more than a day or so, right, unless it ends up being a wick, this is the next level of support, plain and simple. Be careful what you wish for. We better hope that we hold 27K or higher, even on a wick. So let's go down to the weekly, and now you can see these levels here, right? So here's that wick. Still, we're seeing that wick, 27.6. We're still okay as long as we stay inside this box. We're still at the top of the box now. There's no guarantee that we even come down here, okay? So I need you to remember that on all of these coins that we're going to look at, there's no guarantee that we hit the bottom of this. We could reverse at the top of some of these boxes on some of these coins. Some of the coins were well into the box. Some of them we're not quite to it yet. So these are just my opinions. You can take with the information what you will, but I'm just trying to help you, give a rough estimate where I think the turnaround zones can be, and based on market structures, not just randomly placing these boxes. Okay, so that's Bitcoin on the weekly scale. So the bottom of that box, again, 27.6. Top of that box, kind of 36K. Okay, let's go down to the daily, and we're not going to do different time scales on all these coins. We're just going to do like the daily chart for most of them. So just wanted to spend a little more time on Bitcoin so you can get a real clear picture, because Bitcoin's the market mover. Okay, so we've broken down in here now, and now you can see like kind of this zone. Look how many orders are in here, right? A lot of people buying in here. A lot of people buying in here. So if we break outside of this, even on the daily chart, I mean, there's nothing. So don't think that if you see prices at 26,000, 25,000, we're likely not finished, right? We got a ways to go. Now, I don't think this is on the cards, right? I don't think this is the play. I think we will reverse at some point before the bottom of this box. Just my opinion. All right, so that's Bitcoin in a nutshell. Let's go down to look at ADA. So feel free to skip ahead if you want. If your coin's way down here and you only care about that one. Now I'm going to stop at AMP. I think is the last one. So otherwise I'm going in order. So feel free to skip, but I would invite you to watch it all just so you can get an idea of support and resistance levels and maybe try to learn something. So ADA, we've actually broken outside of this right now, right? So ADA is one of the, at least structure-wise, is looking pretty abysmal right now. So we don't know if we're going to close like a weekly candle outside of this box. So going to the weekly, see a little bit better market structure. And you can see our next support level for ADA is, yes, way down here at, starting around 41 cents, 27 cents. This is a real possibility if Bitcoin does that, craziness, crazy capitulation. Yeah, but look at the candle right here, right? Let's zoom in here, right? And I have these on linear scale instead of log scale, so you can get an idea of the kind of the volume of these moves. So we're coming down. We'll have to see what we end up closing. We still have 3.5 days as of recording until we close this. So we could, end up closing 88 cents is kind of the number. This kind of low candle right here, 89 cents. We even had a wick or so right on here. So, maybe we could potentially extend this box to right here, around this 77, 79, right in there. But that's ADA market structure. If we don't hold that, the odds just increase of us going down here. Okay, so let's go to the next. We'll go look at Matic. So Matic, I feel like is close. I think this is going to be kind of our bottomish area around the dollar. I don't really see it going much below that. Again, barring Bitcoin kind of capitulation here. I'd like to see a higher low from this 80 cent area. There's just I feel like a lot of people bought around this area or higher. So there's not going to be a whole lot of people, I guess, selling underneath this level, in my opinion. So we're kind of right near that level now. This could be the low, right? $1.25 could be the low for Matic. Like I said at the beginning of the video, there's no guarantee that we hit the bottom of this. These are just my opinions on kind of where you should be starting to accumulate more if you're in that position, right? Otherwise, maybe this will just help your psychology and knowing that, the rough bottom is around this area in order of Chase's opinion. Okay, so Enjin coin on the weekly scale, you can kind of see there's rough bottoms here. So the top, we're right near it as well, right? $1.20-ish, and the low maybe around 77 to 80 cents, right? This low area here, and you could see these kind of levels playing out. So we could even drag it down to the wicks here around 70 cents. That's kind of my structure right there. Okay. Going down to Ethereum. These are all against Tether or the US dollar, okay? So Ethereum market structure, the bottom around 1750, the top around 2200. You can see we wicked down here not that long ago. Did we make it down here? I don't know. Are we going to put in a higher low? Well, if you start seeing a lot of these coins put in higher lows and start reversing to the upside, then I would say the odds are we're probably not going to visit inside of this. These are just my opinions on where I would start to really be loading up, because the bottom is likely somewhere in this box. Barring, World War 17 or some kind of catastrophic event, obviously that's going to affect the markets way more than, market structure. But based on market structure, these are the levels that I've picked out. So there you go for Ethereum. DOT, we're again close to it right now. The low around that $10 level, and the 10 to 15. I know it's a big area, but you can see on DOT, it's just a big area, right? You got this initial move up right here, these initial kind of consolidations after the super pumps here back in about a year ago, and our capitulation wicks down here. That's pretty clear cut right there. It's hard to argue with that one, but I know that's a big swing from 15 to 10. But DOT is, a lot of these coins are already well over 70% discounted. So there's 72%. Even from the wick, we're looking almost 75%. Those are historically, decent times to come back into the market. 75% off are pretty decent areas. So let's go to Link. Now I posted, I think I posted a tweet late last night, like 2 a.m. my time, about Link, the 200 week moving average around, I can't, off the top of my head, I think it was around 1050 or something like that. So I have a couple buy orders in kind of those levels, the 200 week EMA and SMA. I posted that on Twitter. I can just go check that out. And so for Link, the kind of the bottomish area is 750. Why? Because of that wick. I'm not just making, those aren't arbitrary numbers. Again, like I said, I've looked at all these, so I'm not just drawing random boxes. Look at the initial move up here, right? And the consolidation back in here, July 2020. And then kind of more consolidation, many weeks right here. Some wicks, the capitulation wick back September 2020. That's the bottomish area. Anytime between now and, so $12 down to $7.50, those are probably great times to be starting to come back in the market, right? Going back to Link, there's no other level right here. So I would say a turnaround somewhere right in this box. If it's not here, right? We could kind of bounce off the top of this on a lot of these coins. So we're right near the tops on a lot of these coins. Axie Infinity, we're again close to macro level support here. We can go to the daily on some of these because it just looks a little bit better. You can see a little bit more confluence here, right? See our initial move up and then consolidation. So this consolidation box, right? Support back here, support here, and now we're in it again. So there you go. Vechain. Let's keep it on the daily for a little bit. So Vechain, again, hopefully you're catching on for a little bit of a structure areas here, and you can see this Vechain's right in this sweet zone right here, and see all this these tops right here. So yeah, I would say the lowest that I could see Vechain going 3.5 cents, and we're right there now, aren't we? So it could be a nice area for you to be accumulating if you're looking to get into Vechain. Not financial advice, nothing gives financial advice, but you're looking at a pretty sweet setup right here, in my opinion. Harmony 1. Okay, we're kind of close. A lot of again consolidation, buy orders in around this area. Our initial move up is resistance here. Our consolidation area here before liftoff. Usually the consolidations before liftoff are pretty great zones, and certainly ones that after liftoff here, and we came back and test this. This is a great support level. So this is on the daily, from around just shy of 12 cents. All the way down to, just shy of 10 cents. So let's go look at this on the weekly real quick and see what else we got. This initial wick up. So there you go. There's the daily and the weekly. So AVAX, Avalanche. There's the weekly. You see the wick over here. Some initial move out. We came back, hit the test support. So the top of that is around $61. The bottom is around $52, $53. And we can look at this on the daily as well. And there you go. You want to look for, multiple areas of consolidation here, right? See this? Okay, so that, again, 61 to around 52, 53-ish. So we're right there on AVAX. AMP, last coin. Here we go. Big zone here. I know this is kind of a large zone. We're kind of right at macro level support. All this initial move up. Remember, I just talked about initial moves out, come back and retest. Those are going to be really big levels. So that's right around the 2 cent, just above the 2 cent level. The bottom, potentially this initial way back at an AMP 2020 September, kind of that 0.015 level. Initial another move up as resistance at the 0.015 level, and that's kind of the bottom. So there you go on AMP for the weekly. Let's see a little bit cleaner up here. And we could also put some of these on log scale, but again, I just wanted to demonstrate some of the moves of these. And if you put it on log scale, it's just a little bit different. But you could see that right there. I mean, this is perfect structure, support, a nice area of a reversal, in my opinion. And if we come down here, you got these two initial wicks right here. So there you go. Hopefully you learned something today. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one. Let's do fear and greed index real quick. 23. We're still in extreme fear. We're at a record amount of fear and extreme fear, so who knows how long that can last. So just stay patient. This is, if we're not at the bottom, we're very near the bottom, in my opinion. And just, stay strong and just take a break. Appreciate your freedom a little bit more today. This is, car of the day. This is a car lot I found from the Ukraine. So I thought that would be kind of appropriate for today. They're just regular people, just like you and me. Just, fortunately, they cannot go outside today. Quote of the day. I'll see you on the next one.